Hey guys, LechK here in the middle of my sauna project. I want to give you guys a quick review of the Skil table and router set. I want to do some shiplap edges, some tongue and groove edges for my build, and you need a router set for that. This is under 200 bucks. Picked it up on Amazon, I think, for $1.80. Just make sure when you are searching, because the price will be the same basically for the table only, and table and router you can find it for the same price, under 200. And I heard some great reviews on it. I figured I'm not gonna blow a fortune, get something decent. We'll test it out in a minute. Let me show you, open this up, set it up, and get going. Here's everything that's in the box. The router itself looks like a beast. Can't wait to try this out in a minute. Alrighty, let's set it up. Guys, first I'm gonna set up the table. I'll give you the tool sheet where they need to set this up. I'm gonna set up our bench, flip it upside down. You gotta remove 3 bolts on each side here. Like this. I'm gonna grab my legs with a little storage. You gotta open this up. And there's holes, 1 here, and 2 on the inside here. And we're gonna be mounting this too. So line it up. This tab clicks into here, like that. You guys can see flush, and now we can mount the bolts. So 1 inside. Show you guys a close-up after. Okay, second side. That's really it. This is set up table. Looks pretty solid. So now we can install the router. Also, one quick thing I want to show you guys. Look at this. Got 2 outlets in the back here. So that's pretty convenient. I don't know if you want to plug other stuff up when this is connected. But we're going to remove this plate now and get our router installed. Remove this plate right here, little piece. Don't use the power drill when you tighten this back down, because most likely it will strip. This is probably particle board or something like that. You gotta loosen 4 bolts up here. And now our plate pops off. And this one here should be sliding. That's to secure it. Alright, now we're going to attach our base plate to the router. So we'll slide this out of the way. On the router, first you got to remove this plastic sub base, because we're not using this with the table. If you do want to use the sub base, you're going to need longer screws to install it. So the direction says just remove it. Save these bolts, we're going to use them to connect the two. And now we take a plate, flip it this way because it's under the table, and you want to line up these 3 X's with the bolts we just removed. So just like that, 1, 2, 3. Now we're ready to connect this to the table. So we're gonna pop it back in the same way we removed it. We'll slide in this clamp here. Look for these 2 edges. They need to line up with these. now first we're gonna secure the little plate. This one I'm gonna tighten your lock bolt. Just a little bit. Alright. Flip it, and we're gonna start top bolts to the base. Just gonna quickly do these with a low torque setting, then I'll finish with a screwdriver. Alright, set up. Let's move on. So this table comes with 3 different insert rings, and just to give you from the manual, basically the insert rings are meant to reduce the gap between the cutting diameter of the bit and table so that the workpieces maintain full support of the table while routing. So make sure you use the right size based on the bit you're using, and don't modify them in any way. Obviously that's never recommended. I'm just going to put this one in for now, and then depending on the bit I'm going to pop in later, we'll adjust. Alright, so now we can install the fence assembly, which is already pre-assembled. Got a couple bolts here that we gotta loosen up to get it on. And completely remove them, just pop them out like this. Then we pop it into these holes up top, and then we'll slide it and adjust it as we need it. Guides in the front here. Use the measurements in the front here to make sure it's even. Alright, that's done. Let's go next. Next, the milk gauge. It's adjustable. You loosen this knob, adjust to any angle you guys want, and then this just slides right into the slot here. No magic there. That's that. And then lastly, if you want to install the feather boards, same idea. They have bolts that you loosen here. Slides into this metal rail right here. Adjust as you want it. Tighten it. And then we have one more. So now, let's get the router set up. Forgot to put the bit in there, but we'll show you guys how to do this with the table already installed, and then show you guys how to adjust the height. So get under the table. You got the router housing here. Squeeze and pop this off. This is a little button to hold it, and we have the wrench to tighten nut, and then this is the piece that holds the bit that needs to go up top right here. So we pop this in, we pop the bit in, and then we tighten that up. It's that simple. Also, if you want to connect your, if you're doing this indoors, vacuum hose attachment hole is right there. And you just connect this little plastic bit to it, and it just slides right on. Also, they give you these little bit holders and stuff that actually slide in on the sides here. So that's pretty cool. You get 2 of them. But yeah, let's get a bit in there and see how the adjustment works and try it out. Starter set from Home Depot for 40 bucks. But once I figure out what bits I need, I'll probably get something fancier. But let's pop one in and go from there. Make sure the bit is in there. We're gonna hold the button and with the wrench tighten this down. Okay, close this back up. And our bed is all installed. Ready to go. Now we just gotta adjust the height. Back under the table, and I'll show you guys the adjuster. This is the adjuster. First, you gotta relieve this clamp here. And now if you push this, you can go up and down as you need. And if you let go, it locks into place. And now you can do micro adjustment with this. And let me show you guys what it looks like up top when I do that. So if you look at a bit here, I'm gonna push the button, go up and down, put it into place, and now you can just adjust slowly how high you want it to go. Once you set it into place where you want to be, make sure you lock the lever back up, right in here. Once you lock this, you are all set. Here's your on-off button. The router plugs into the back here. And adjust your speed, and you're almost ready. One thing I forgot to mention with the feather boards. So like I mentioned, this one sits here, this one doesn't sit here, this one sits over here. It slides in, and then you adjust this as needed. And this helps you guide your wood or whatever, so you know you have a nice even cut. So that's how that would work. Alrighty. So we got a bed installed, everything set up. Before we actually start routing, we have to now open this up for this type of bit. So loosen it up right here. And then we pull our boards apart. You don't want that being in contact with your bit. And now we loosen the other bolts and we adjust as needed. Use the guides here. Zero it out. One thing I almost forgot, guys. We gotta put our cover on. So based on this bit, I'm going with the biggest one. Alright. Now we can close this up. You want to be as close as possible, but not touching. So just like that. Tighten those up. Okay. Get a plank of wood and do some routing. Quick close up, guys. So you want this, the walls, to be even with the guide here. So if I take a plank of wood, should be flush against the wall. If I put it against both of them, it should not be bowing against any wall. It should be all flush. So we are good now. Oh, also here's your vacuum port if you want to use that. But the safety thing, got a power plugged in. On and off switch here, and now you hit this on and off. Different speed. Let's go our max. Alrighty, let's give it a go. So yeah, that's awesome. That's literally the first time I ever used a router in my life. So as you guys can see, it's not a complicated thing. You saw the dust blowing out of the vacuum port. It's doing its job. Let me also show you, got LEDs in there as well when you turn it on. But that's more when you're using the router by itself, not with the table. But let me show you guys how to use these feather guides. Cut something else with different bit, and that's gonna be it. I'll do more videos how to do different cuts on it, but I just want to show you guys basically assembly and how this thing works. All right, so the feather guides, we got them in place. Let's say you got a plank of your fancy wood that you don't want to mess up. Then line this up with it, and basically just making it touching. Tighten this up. So what these things are doing now, they're keeping this wood in place, nice and even, and also it won't go back on you. If I pull it, it's moving the whole table. Let's turn it on. And as you see, the teeth are guiding it nice and straight. There we go. Pretty cool. I rushed it, but you get the idea. So shiplap edge cuts that I just did, guys. Did even 1/2 inch. And that's the idea. That's I'm gonna connect my roof on my build. The thing I wanted to show you guys, this piece over here, it's a guide pin that screws in here, and this is basically guide pin when you're doing rounding work for you know, corners of wood and stuff like that. I didn't get to that level yet, but I'll show you guys in future videos. Also, another easier way to install a new bit, you can just slide this thing out completely. If you push that release button and just let it go all the way down, it'll come right out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something and you're going to enjoy your table. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm definitely going to do a couple more follow-up videos on this guy, on how to do different type of cuts and so on. But I appreciate you guys watching. Any feedback, comments, please share below. Please subscribe, follow my build over here of the Sonic Gazebo build, and come back for more. Have a good one, guys.